Hi Addy, welcome to lesson number 95. This lesson is going to be super fun because we are going to talk about reducing units before multiplying. So this is something that I had to learn and I had to use it all the time when I was taking like physics classes. So this is definitely going to help you in the future when you do physics, when you do chemistry, even biology. This is going to be awesome. You're going to love it. Okay. This kid is just showing off, right? He's the student. He had to do a division problem, 10 divided by 3, and he did get the right answer because this is correct, 3.33 with a bar over it, right? But a bar over it means that it just goes on forever and ever in that direction. And the more threes he writes, the closer he gets to the actual number. But his teacher's like, stop showing off, we get it. That's probably what I'd say at that point too, huh? All right, now I want to, actually before we get into mental math, I want you to pull out your 30 fractions to reduce. So you should have your piece of paper, make sure you have a pencil with you. I'm gonna get these things out of the way and I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do it, okay? On your mark, get set, go. The dog is walking around looking for more food and grunting. That is not me, that's the dog. This is Addy's, but do you know how to do it? Because I have no idea what comes next.
After that, it's 1.
How do you know?
Because half of 12 is 6, and then it keeps going.
But half of 6 isn't 4. So it's got to be a different recording. hope it's not an ad next. Let's see what happens next on this. Oh, it is an ad. Oh, sorry. Okay. Give me just a second. Sorry. Alrighty, Addy, I'm gonna stop you right there. All right, let's jump back into the lesson, okay? We are gonna do mental math now. The first thing they want us to do is count up and down by 20s between -100 and 100. I've got my little number line to help me, and we've got this big guy that we're gonna help him exercise, okay? So we're gonna start with -100, -80, -60, -40, -20, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Now backwards, 100, 80, 60, 40, 20, 0, -20, -40, -60, -80, -100. That was too easy for you. I bet it was, huh? All right, let's do the rest of mental math. We're going to start with 60 times 80. Remember, do the integers first. 6 times 8 is 48. Add the right amount of zeros. B, we're going to do 437 minus 150. Okay. C, what is 25% of 80? Now I want you to think of 25% as 1/4. So it's kind of like dividing this by 4. Okay, D. What is 399 plus 428? Remember to round this one up, make it easy, and then don't forget to subtract that penny at the end. E. We're going to do 17.5 divided by 100. So this number is going to get quite a bit smaller, isn't it? Because if you have $17.50 and divide it among 100 people, they don't get very much, do they? F. Oh, I think I messed this one up because this was my actual second take in doing this homework assignment. So let me fix this. All right, so F is going to be 30 times 55. Oh, I remember why I did that before. It's because on this one, what I try and remember to do is do 30 times 50 in my head, and then do 30 times 5. And you can add those together, and it's easier math. All right, G, this is a long one, remember? Okay, we're going to start with the number 6 times 8. Now add 1. Take the square root of that number. Multiply by 5. Add 1. Take the square root of that number. Multiply by 3. Divide by 2. Take the square root of that number. What do you get? All right, problem solving. Whew, I wish I were Homer on that beach, huh? Except look, if you look closely, there is something circling around him. Maybe I don't want to be him, huh? He's not exactly taking a vacation from his problems. He's getting new problems by doing that. All right, problem solving. It says, what are the next 4 numbers in this sequence? And you know what, Addy? I got to be honest with you. I don't know how to do this one. At first I thought, well, this goes to this by a half. What if you divide that in half? But then this doesn't follow the pattern. So there's got to be some other pattern. Maybe, let's see, this could be 3 times 4. This could be 3 times 2. Nope, this doesn't. I don't know how to do it, Addy. Maybe could it be square roots? No, I don't know. I don't know how to do it. But you know what? I'm not going to sit here and try and tell you all the ways to not do it. I'm going to see if you are smarter than me and if you can fill in these blanks. If you can, text me. I want to know, how did you do this problem? This one's hard. All right, I'll let you pause it there and figure it out. And I'm going to go on to the new concept. We might be reading the answer book together on that last one, huh? All righty, new concept. Here we go. The new concept is basically this. What we've been doing with fractions usually is something like canceling. It's called like reducing fractions before you multiply to make it easier to multiply. And it's called canceling. I've probably used that word before. So it's like if you take a problem like this, and let me erase the answer because let's pretend that we don't know this answer, okay? Let's pretend we don't know. If you see a problem like this, I see some things that are the same on the top and the bottom. Whenever you have something that is the same on the top and bottom, like 5/5, you can just make that a number 1 because it's basically a big number 1. And you don't change anything when you multiply by 1. So that makes it totally fair to cancel something out that's on the top and on the bottom. And so if it's the same on the top and the bottom, you can just cancel them out. The other way you can cancel it out is look at this. You've got a 3 here and you've got a 6 here. 3 is half a 6. So if you have a fraction that is like 3/6, what can you reduce that to? You can reduce it to 1/2. So you can change those numbers and make it easier to do the math. What about this one? You have a 2 and a 4. Can we cancel those? Oh, yep. Yes, we can. Sure thing. So we can make that a 1 and we can make that a 2, just like 2/4 is the same as 1/2. Now, when we look at this math problem, it's quite a bit easier. We multiply the numerators straight across. 1 times 1 times, there's nothing there, so it would just be a 1, I guess. So 1 times 1, we would have a 1 on top. Let's multiply the denominators. 2 times 2, everything else canceled out. So 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer is 1/4. So just like we did that, guess what else we can cancel? We can also cancel units. Cancel culture, huh? We're canceling everything. Now the units didn't do anything wrong. They just showed up at the top and the bottom. And when it shows up both on the top and on the bottom, you can cancel them out just like you canceled out numbers. Here's an example. 4 miles per hour over 2 hours, or times 2 hours, 4 miles an hour times 2 hours. What is the answer? Now I'm gonna erase this and pretend we don't know. So guess what? You can cancel units. So I'm gonna cancel out hours and cancel out hours. It doesn't matter that one of them is multiple. They count as the same unit. So the answer will be the same. Yeah, you can cancel them out. Okay, so now we just multiply straight across. So we're going to do 4 times 2, and the answer is 8. And on the bottom, we just have 1 times 1, so it's just over 1. So don't forget the units. The units multiply as well. We have miles times just a 1 because we canceled that. So it's miles on the top. And now, since we canceled this hour, there's no units on the bottom. So the answer is just 8 miles because there's no units on the bottom. So that is the final answer. Let's do example 1, and I think you'll understand it even more, okay? Okay, oh, isn't that beach beautiful? Man, I love it. It says, Multiply 55 miles per hour by 6 hours. Okay, so the way I used to do it is I would go like this, 55 miles per hour. And then I did a thing like this instead of multiplying fractions, and then, but you don't have to do it that way. That's how I did it in physics. That's how they taught me. But it's just the same as multiplying another fraction. 55 miles per hour, and we're going to multiply that by 6 hours. 6 hours over what? Well, if there's no denominator, it's just a denominator of basically 1. So then we multiply straight across, but the first thing we're going to try and do is we're going to try and cancel. So what is the same on the top and the bottom? Well, the hours are the same. So if you go 55 miles per hour for 6 hours, what is the answer here? It's going to be 55 times 6, which turns out to be 330. What are the units? The only thing we have left is miles over 1. So it's miles, and you don't have to write the over 1 just because over 1 doesn't really mean anything. So the answer is 330 miles. And then it says, can you think of a story to fit this problem? And it would be like, if somebody goes 55 miles an hour and they traveled for 6 hours, how far did they travel? It would be 330 miles. Easy peasy. You can kind of see what kind of word problems they're going to give you in the future, huh? Let's do example 2, and this is the last example. Multiply 5 feet by 12 inches per foot. Ooh, I like this one. Okay, so let me get a different color. We're going to multiply 5 feet, and that goes on the top, because if they just give you 1 unit, it goes on the top and it's just a 1 on the bottom. I made that fraction too big. I'm going to erase some of it. Okay, and then we multiply it by 12 inches per foot. So there's 12 inches in 1 foot. Now, is there anything we can cancel here? Yes, because we have feet and we have foot. Now, this is just like foot with an S on the end, right? It's just the multiple of foot. So it doesn't matter that one is a multiple and one is single. We can just cross those out. They cancel. So the answer is going to be, what is 5 times 12, which is 60. And what are the units? The units are inches. I don't have enough room. Here, let me make this a little bit smaller so I can write that. There. Okay. I'll just do 60. Let's erase this and make it good. 60 inches. Because the feet canceled out. So we only ended up with inches for a unit. So units, just like numbers, you can carry them across and cancel them out and do all the same things that you do with all the math numbers, and you'll get the right answer. Cool, huh? All right, Addy. Love you. Hope you enjoyed your lesson. Have a great day, okay? Bye.